Hiya peeps, and welcome back to the Cosmos Whisperer. If you're new here, I'm Amanda. I listen to the sky, the slow moving planets, the moon cycles, and the patterns that tend to show up in real life before we know how to name them. If these weekly sky stories help you make a bit more sense of things, I'd love you to subscribe, turn on notifications, especially as we move closer through 2026. The energies will land all at once, but they build week by week. Alright, let's talk Taurus and what the week ahead has in store. The Taurus Sky Story. This week asks Taurus to loosen its grip just slightly, not let go completely, not throw everything out, just loosen. The Sun in Aquarius is sitting in a part of your chart that highlights visibility, direction, and your place in the bigger picture. That can feel uncomfortable for Taurus because it pulls you out of the familiar and asks you to look at where you're headed, not just where you are. You may find yourself thinking about long-term stability this week. Money, work, home, purpose. Questions like, is this sustainable? Or is this still worth my energy? Maybe. Am I building something that I actually want to live inside? These aren't crisis questions, they're maturity questions. Sit with these questions when they arise and listen carefully to the inner solar plexus voice for the answer. Moon phases and emotional landscape. The waning moon makes this a release week for Taurus. Emotionally, this shows up as lost tolerance for noise and nonsense, a strong need for calm, quiet and simplicity, a desire to tidy up loose ends emotionally or practically. If you feel tired, that's not laziness, it's your system calibrating. This is a week where rest is productive, even if it doesn't look impressive. Planetary influences you. Feel Mercury is active means your mind may be busier than usual. Taurus doesn't love mental overload, so be mindful of information intake. You don't need everyone's opinion. You don't need to solve everything this week. Mars adds a subtle undercurrent of frustration, especially if you feel rushed or pushed by others. The lesson here is simple but important. Move at your own pace. Your timing is not wrong. Wins for Taurus this week. Your biggest win this week comes through clarity around value. You start to see where you're over-investing or where effort isn't being reciprocated. What actually brings you peace versus what just looks good on paper. There's a quiet moment this week where something clicks and you think, oh, that's where I've been feeling off. That insight is gold. Don't rush past it. By the weekend, many Taurans feel steadier, not because everything changed, but because you adjusted your expectations. Gentle warnings, but nothing dramatic. This is the week to dig your heels in. It's not the week to dig your heels in, just to prove a point. Flexibility doesn't mean instability. Avoid stubborn silences, passive resistance, saying, I'm fine, when you're clearly not. Small, honest conversations go a long way this week. And what this week is really about for Taurus? This week is about alignment, not action. Checking in with what still feels solid and letting go of what no longer does. Trusting that slowing down prevents bigger disruptions later. You're not falling behind, you're recalibrating. So that's your Taurus sky story for the week ahead, Taurus. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Tomorrow we'll be sharing a personal sky story chosen from the comments. And if you'd like to be part of that, leave your Western zodiac and your Chinese zodiac below. We will it'll find me across all the socials, and I'll draw a read from any one of those social accounts. Come back tomorrow, because it just might be your story that I'm reading next. I'm Amanda, and this is the Cosmos Whisperer. Until then, slow down, listen inward, and trust your timing.